Hey guys, what's going on? It's Talk Forest TV. We're back for the Weather Art Show. We're a little bit late in the show this week due to work commitments. On my left, we've got Luke.
Good morning, everyone. It is morning, but good whatever time you decide to watch this video.
How are you?
I'm just about starting to feel alive this morning, Dan. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to imparting my opinions onto whatever you have to say.
Obviously, there's been quite a lot going off. More since yesterday, really, about obviously Joe Worrell. Well, Joe Worrell started the week, obviously, and the changes in the boardroom. Obviously, we've been Mark Ondes, and obviously Nesbet is started this morning. I think it was the day mail linked to us with him. But obviously, we are going to start with the reshuffle in the boardroom. We have been talking about it quite a bit in previous episodes. So, where do you think?
I mean, it'd make a change if at some point we could settle on a boardroom and just they fade into the background. You're not talking about them, because then they'll be successful. I mean, the fact that this summer we're going to get a new CEO, a new operations manager, a new head of recruitment, and somebody else as well, which I saw that was on the list. There's like 4 yesterday. The fact that we're getting 4 new guys in this season just shows how crazy last year, the year before that actually was. I mean, it'd be nice if we could actually go for a year without a Danny Taylor article taking the club to bits, to be quite honest.
I mean, he seemed more positive about this board than he was the first board.
I mean,
just good to say.
If you look at it on face value and you take it the 2 Barnsley guys, Dane Murphy and the foreign geezer, which
something.
still be known as the foreign geezer because, yeah, it just is. They come from Barnsley, who were no mugs for around 4 or 5 seasons, and I still get the impression that even though their CEO's going, the right-hand guy to him is also moving, the manager's gone, the captain's gone, I still reckon Barnsley will still be a force to reckon with next season once they actually start spending. Now, coming back onto Forest, because this is a Forest show, not a Barnsley show, I think if Dane Murphy and the foreign guy, plus the Stuttgart guy and Chris Brass, I believe his name is.
Plus Gary Brazil.
Eh?
Plus Gary Brazil.
Well, yeah, but if they can all get it together and include Chris Hughton in the discussions as well, because although did I ever do my Chris Hughton scenario?
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm assuming that seeing as we're now on July the 2nd, that isn't going to happen. Then again, it is Forest and we do crazy things at crazy times. I just hope we are a bit more sensible with our transfer business. And I'll probably outline one of the things I do not want to happen because it's happened before and we can't always rely on it happening before. So I do a one side, other side argument inside both my head and on here. But I just hope we get it right this year. I mean, we're starting to see people linked with Forest, and I think there's been 2 guys that Peter O'Rourke from Sky, or used to be at Sky, has linked us with, which I think are probably more concrete than something in the Daily Mail, Dan. So, yeah, I think watch this space.
Yeah, that one kind of came around this morning with Carl Nisbet from Hibs. That one kind of funny because Celtic, Brentford, Swansea, I can't remember the last team I've been linked with, but He's only really proven himself in the Scottish League from just what I've just been looking at.
4 words, 2 names.
Cummins and someone else.
Jason Cummings, Barry Mackay.
Mm.
We have had both of those, and they are both highly rated in Scotland. They come into our team and do absolutely sweep all. Then they have then gone to Barry Mackay's gone to various other clubs and not really settled anywhere. I think he ended up at Fleetwood, last I remember, and I think Fleetwood rated him a bit. Jason Cummings, I think, has now ended up Shrewsbury. I've not heard much on him recently, so we can't put up trees there either. So, I mean, the counterpoint to this is we didn't sign John McGinn, and he has been raking it up at Aston Villa. So, maybe, I mean, not everybody from Scotland's the same level as Jason Cummings and Barry Mackay. But I just don't know. I'd rather us if we're going to go for somebody like him, go for somebody in our league like him. Like, as in, drop down a couple of leagues. Look around there. I mean, I'm sick of talking about Dion Charles, Joe Piggott, Jerry Yates, who's just come up, Penny Dougal, Embleton, Jeff Cook, I know he signed a new contract, Harness at Portsmouth. I could go on. I'm not going to because the show would be about 4 hours long, Dan, because I could just sit here and write the whole squads. But you get my drift.
I do. I think most people do as well. And especially with the new recruitment, well, most of the recruitment team in. I mean, Murphy gonna come in when he's back from America, but now we're going to start seeing a lot of transfers happening. I think because obviously yesterday we've seen that Marcondes being talks from a lot more now, and some reports saying that we are close to getting him. Some reports saying that we are in talks. So
you see, before I go on to Marcondes, I have a part 2 to my where we should be looking for transfers rant. You know, all these Premier League sides, they have under 23 squads, which hardly ever play. Why are we not looking in those squads and talking to teams like Manchester United? If we can't get James Garner, then what about Tahith Chong or I believe there was somebody called Angel Gomez there, but he might have gone to Germany, and I don't know.
I think Samson won.
I mean, I still live off the 2019 Football Manager database for Manchester United kids, so you have to excuse me on that one. But
I know.
But there is a lot of other players out there. Like, I'm sure Chelsea have got them. I'm sure Spurs have got a few they wouldn't mind dishing out for experience. West Ham. I mean, you know, I'm not listing Man City in this because we probably fucked over our chances at Man City when we got Aaron Muric. But again, different manager, different setup. What about Liam Delap? I mean, Derby won't get Liam Delap because Derby will be lucky to be able to get anybody, to be honest, to put a squad together. I mean, I saw yesterday they only got 13 players and 2 goalkeepers. So that's technically speaking 11 outfield players then. Oh dear, Derby, you really have fucked up, haven't you? And
I mean, Chelsea got enough to send out 3 teams near North.
And also, just while we're on the subject of our wonderfully local rivals, I noticed Sky have televised Forest Derby, which could turn around to be Forest Wickham. So We could have Forest Coventry and Forest Wickham. Well, that's Coventry Forest, if you want to be precise. And Forest, well, actually, it's Wickham Forest as well, wouldn't it? So, the two away games on TV when they weren't on TV last time around. So, every cloud and all that has a silver lining. I reckon that they could see themselves playing in League One next year, and that would be heavily amusing for everybody, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Forest Coventry used to be a former Premier League fixture as well, so I partly see why they put that.
And then we go on to Marcondes, because you did mention it and I went heavily off topic. I think with Marcondes, if it happens, it'll be a good deal. He knows how to pass. He knows how to arrive in the box. He can hit a shot, and he can play in multiple positions. I just have this feeling that he'll go to West Brom.
I seen a report this morning of a West Brom Twitter account. I don't know how reliable it is or not, but they reckon that that Corinthians, the Brazilian side, I've started talking to him this morning. So, but apparently West Brom not even made a move.
I don't think if Marcondes had the option between the Brazilian League and the Championship, he'd go to the Brazilian League. I mean, no disrespect to the Brazilian League, but it's no the Championship.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Where was it? Joe, what your Joe Wall favourite thing? Brentford has became more of the front runners for Joe Wall this week, and it sounds like that. Not saying that Burnley not interested, but with them signing Collins from Stoke, it seems like Brentford seem to jump in front of them.
I quizzed the Burnley guy on this yesterday. His name's Dan from Turf Moor House. Give him a sub if you haven't already. He's a new channel, so channels promote channels and all that. He was saying that because they'd signed Nathan Collins and they're also after Nat Phillips from Liverpool, they can't see Joe Worrell coming in now. He also then went on to say, but it's a transfer window, it's Burnley, anything is possible. So, but also Brentford, for me, I mean, Joe Worrell at Brentford, I mean, we've already got Ethan Pinnock, Henrik Dalsgaard, Pontus Jansson. Why the hell do they need Joe Worrell?
I mean,
why did they guy from from Burnley? Burnley, Middlesbrough. I have no idea where he is. But I mean, how many centre backs do Brentford need? I mean, again, with Joe Worrell, if he wants a Premier League move and he wants to go to a team that plays football still, then Brentford is your team you go to. If he wants to achieve promotion, then again maybe look for top end Championship, because I still don't think we're going to be there next year. The aim is to get promoted every season. My aim is just to finish above the bottom half of the table next season. I mean, the one we haven't mentioned yet is Zinkelnagel.
That was my next one. I mean, just looking at it, and there was some reports suggesting that we was after him, and that Antonius, the Greek reporter, suggested that we weren't after him, so and that he wants to stay. So what's happening? I don't know.
I have started to become very skeptical of this Antonis. I don't like. I just don't like how he's constantly involved in everything. I mean, just because you're connected to the owner of Olympiacos does not give you the right to stick your neb into everything related to Forest. I mean, back off, Greek journalist. If Sky reporter Peter O'Rourke says we're in talks with Zinkernagel, then okay, we may be in talks with Zinkernagel. We're not saying that he's actually coming. We're saying that we're in talks with him. When I always go on the principle of we've not actually signed anybody yet until they've actually wearing the red shirt.
Yeah.
I'm just going to align myself with the post.
I know we was after FC Groningen defensive midfielder Ahmed El Mesed UD, but that one seemed to have really quieted down since Sunday.
You see, we do need a more athletic defensive midfielder than Jack Colback, than Ryan Yates. And, you know, Mesawidi, if he comes in, brilliant. If he doesn't, then okay. I mean, the market's our oyster. We can go out and buy someone. I mean, come on. Like, we're Forest at the end of the day. We still have the pulling power, regardless of whether we've been inactive in the top division for now 21 years. People will still want to come here and try and achieve promotion. I mean, that's why all the people that were 30 plus came to us, because they knew that we were an attractive club. You can put them on a CV, collect the money, and then go. Oh, I'll put it in there again. Dan, I keep doing this to you, don't I? I keep putting in the signing old players rant.
I wouldn't have expected any different from you. But obviously,
Players, for God's sake.
But obviously, the players they are back in training now this week. A lot of people are looking at the photos to try and see who's and what. A lot of things have been talking more about the youngsters at the club. I mean, I am talking about the youngsters again. And obviously, a lot of people are speaking out for a photo of João Carvalho. I mean, he got engaged this week, and he changed his Instagram bio back to Forest. So,
well, everyone getting hung up on his Instagram bio. I mean, he's a Forest player now. He's not at Almere, so of course he's going to do that. I mean, if he's not going to go to Almere, then why is he going to still have that on his Instagram bio? I mean, come on. He's contracted to Forest. It's just logical. It means nothing. If he's still here by the end of the transfer market, then yay, brilliant. I mean, I have a bit of a kind of statement to make here to Chris Hughton. Can one of the coaches please pull Ryan Yates into the box, throw him the ball, and then go ball, goal, Yates, header? Because if he starts heading balls over that box again, over the bar again, sorry. Over the bar. Christ, I really am not awake this morning. Over the bar, I will go mad. Because, I mean, you've got a pre-season now. Do heading practice. Can we... And also, while I'm on the subject of ranting about people doing things right and all this lot and training, can we please establish a bit more ball retention? I mean, I'd like to get all the Forest players in a circle and go, you play with each other. When you wear those shirts out on the pitch, the ball needs to travel from one shirted player to another, to another, to another to retain the ball, but whilst also moving that away from the goal. Stop playing it around the back and giving it to Brice Samba, because the amount of times we had it in our own box and went back to Samba was absolutely infuriating last year. Anyway, rant over. Dan, continue.
it's your favourite. That way everyone loves you coming on here. I'm dropping my headbuds. But yeah, a lot's going off this week, and obviously with the players coming back, obviously we've got our pre-season friendlies as well. We've got quite a few League One clubs, with the possibility of one more game, which could be a home game to be fair.
I'm surprised they haven't done a Mansfield game, or a Lincoln, or an Alfreton.
We have got it sounds like the Lincoln one is the under 23s, but we're playing them at the academy.
Yeah, but like, come on, like, do a home game against Mansfield and get Nigel Cloughton back to City Ground. I mean, hello, like, we've got Crewe, Port Vale, and Southampton.
We got a game in Austria as well, but look from what I put out last week. Again, yeah, apparently we're going to Austria. Yeah, some team in Austria, so I think they are going abroad for pre-season tour.
I mean, yeah, we might get a transfer in the sun then, Dan.
Yeah.
Remember João Carvalho's photo? He was still
yes.
free. That's where it all went wrong.
Yeah.
He was on the wrong place.
Yeah, that's been. I know we have got a couple of games here and there, but it's like. I mean, having a couple of not like we did only Martin O'Neill organised 9 games. We got a couple, so imagine that. Pre-season is Swarovski, Rad Swarovski, in Austria on the 10th of July.
In 8 days, then.
Yeah, and it looks like a 4 o'clock kickoff in Austria. So imagine it being a 3 o'clock kickoff here. I don't know the time zone for.
Well, you know, pre-season's a bit irrelevant to me. I mean, all we need to do is become a bit active, fill that squad up a bit, and then let's go. I mean, I don't honestly care two hoots about pre-season friendlies. We could win each one of 14-0, and I still go, yeah, but it's all about kind of the understanding, the fitness, etc. I mean, if they come out this season and say, yeah, but the team hasn't had any bonding opportunities, then they're talking utter bullshit. Sorry, Dan, but they are. Because we had a whole pre-season now. I mean, all right, the transfers coming in, we need to get them in early so they can make use of the pre-season, but build understandings between fullback and winger, meet each other. Fullback and winger the other side, meet each other. Centre-back partnerships, meet each other. Hoping that's McKenna and Worrell, so they don't do much meeting. And between the 2 defenders in the centre and probably the 2 in the midfield, they need to form a box. I mean, Josh Lauren, Andy Minamoto, Michael Morrison, Liam Moore. That was impressive for most of the season, so a few of them got injured. Just build understandings and relationships in pre-season. So when you play the ball, you know where the other player is going to end up. Because if you start playing the ball down the wing and the winger's gone inside and you play the ball outside, then that's frustrating. That shows you have no idea where your player is moving to. You have eyes. Use them.
I love it. Part-time loot, as Patrick says.
Well, just a bit of a message here for Patrick. I have now been on 3 of these shows, so I am well and truly now back and full-time, Luke. There is no watch ones to do currently, so I can't do those with Dan. And Dan does most of his other shows by himself anyway. So right now, I am officially back.
So, ending on that note, I'd like to thank you to, I'm pointing the one way, thank you to Luke for coming on to this show.
No worries. Thank you for having me and my rant. I'm feeling like I'm on Duracell batteries this morning, so God help everybody else. I'm my job centre guy. But yes, thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it.
If you like the show, do drop the do drop the like, ask for everything that you normally do.
And
Obviously,
also my channel has made 151 subscribers now, so go me, party.
yeah, they start the party. So I'd like to say thank Gordon and Luke for getting 151 subs. I'd like to say thank you for watching and goodbye.